Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome. So we're beginners class. We're beginning traders. We'll get started shortly.
Evening, David.
Hey, Koisi. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Good, good, good. We'll get started shortly, okay? So we're beginners class. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hey, Amron. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Thanks for being here. Our beginners class, guys. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Terry. Welcome, Terry. Welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. So, our beginners class. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hey, Sharice, welcome. Hey, Gerald, welcome, Gerald.
Thank you.
Oh, Sharice, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. So a beginner's class. For beginners class, we do this class every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. All right. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see here. All right, guys, this is our beginners class. So beginning traders, whether you've got a few weeks experience, no experience trading, or even a few years, and you're still trying to figure this thing out, we call trading. All right, so for the new folks that are here, I've been trading for about 25 years. About 12 years ago, 2010, started this company we've got now, my company called Monster Trading Systems. So we do coaching for traders. We do classes, 5 classes a week, Sundays through Fridays. Every other Friday, we touch on the different markets, and also build trading systems with algorithms, all right, to help our traders in these markets. Okay, this evening, it's very informal. So if you guys have any questions, all right, just ask any questions that you might have. There are some slides I'm going to give you guys, particular information that you will need to help you in your trading career. All right, so we'll kind of go over that. I like to start off with asking, are there any topics you guys want me to touch on this evening? So any subject matter, any concerns as new traders coming into the markets here, anything you want to learn about, find out about that's might be particular to your situation. So any questions or anything you guys want me to touch on this evening as we get started here?
I don't have anything. I just sit back and enjoy the class. If anything pop up, I'll mention it.
Okay, all right. Anyone else? Thanks, Gerald. Anyone else? Anything in particular you guys want me to as new traders entering your trading career that you want me to touch on? I know most traders, their main concern is usually how to enter trades, right? So where do I get in, and when do I get out? All right, that's usually the one of the most important questions. But for me, I think it's all about your mindset, right? That's the first thing. So I'm going to recommend this book. Let's see here. I'm going to recommend this book. One second. Hey, John, welcome. All right. All right. So this book, we offer this book to our, one second here, to our coaching students free of charge, and we use it in our coaching. And it is called Trading in the Zone. So as new traders, right, a lot of times when new traders get into the markets, you know, we think it's really simple. We just buy and sell. All right. But what we have to realize that, and you guys should see my screen, all right, trading in the zone. There are some principles and concepts that we have to understand when it comes to trading. All right. It's not just getting in and getting out, right? So there is some work that you guys have to do as new traders, all right, to understand your emotions, right? And how your emotions, how important that is when it comes to trading. All right. So unlike a lot of careers out there, right? Trading is different in that we're using our personal capital, right? So our money, and we're putting it at risk, right? Every day in the markets. So there's a lot of emotions that we take with us when we make trading decisions. All right. So this book here goes over that. All right. So it's called Trading in the Zone. All right. Trading in the Zone. And I recommend this book, highly recommend it. Our students, our traders really like this book. Gerald, you've gone through the coaching. What's your thought on Trading in the Zone?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It really focused on the overall mindset, and it's so different than the way we grew up as kids and young adults. It's just the book teaches you to think differently, because just our natural way of thinking, the way we conduct ourselves every single day, if we trade the way we do our businesses or conduct our household, we just won't trade the right way, because everything is built on emotion. And in the book, Mark Douglas talks about how if we can alleviate the emotion out of our everyday trading, we would be just that much ahead of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Gerald. All right, absolutely. So what we have to understand early, and this will help you guys out as new traders, we don't want to figure this thing out, right? 5 years, 10 years down the road, right? As new traders, we want to come in right away with the right mindset and the right information, and then certainly the right tools, right? So starting with this Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, master the market with confidence, discipline, and a winning attitude. All right, so great book, highly recommend it. All right, like I said, we provide this book with our to our traders, do our one-on-one coaching, but you can this book is on YouTube. All right, so if you do a search on YouTube, right, it will come up, and it's a free audio book you guys can listen to. Okay, so highly recommend it. All right. So as new traders, the first thing we'll talk about, okay, as far as trading, is support and resistance. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so you guys should see my screen, support and resistance. Okay, anyone out there know about support and resistance? You guys know about support and resistance? Anyone? Anyone? Except those of you who have been with us. Anyone? Support and resistance? All right, so let's go through it. All right, so when we trade, guys, when we look to get into trades, all right, when new traders get into trading, the biggest concern that they have is where to buy and then where to sell. All right, so support and resistance, right, is going to be your foundation. So we're going to use support and resistance as our foundation when it comes to trading. All right, support and resistance. And the way it works is like this. All right, so think of resistance as your ceiling, right? Right here as your ceiling, resistance, and then support as your floor right here. All right. All right. All right. All right. So resistance is your ceiling and support is your floor. All right. So here is resistance, this line right here. And then here is support right here. All right. So what price does, this is your candles here, right? So this is called accumulation or consolidation. That's when price is between support and resistance, right? A lot of new traders will trade this right here. So they will trade the accumulation, they will trade the consolidation. All right, and what they will normally do is they'll buy here at support and look to take the price up here to resistance. Okay, so as new traders, we don't want to do that, right? So we don't want to trade the consolidation or the accumulation. What we want to do is we want to trade the breakout. All right, has anyone heard of breakouts before? Anyone heard of breakouts?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Perfect. All right. So breakouts happen when the price either break resistance. All right. So breaks this line here. All right. Breaks resistance or breaks support down here. All right. We only buy or we only get into positions when the price breaks resistance to go long or up, or break support to go down. All right, so this is support here, break support to go down. Okay, so again, we only buy when the price breaks resistance because the buyers are in control. Between here, no one is in control. So when the price breaks resistance, the buyers are now in control. Okay, so we only buy, so write this down, guys. We want to buy when the price breaks resistance. We're going to buy, and then we're going to sell, exit the trade when the price breaks support. Okay, so for an example, let's say, for instance, right, let's say, for instance, we bought right here, find my cursor here. Okay, so let's say the price did this, right? Broke resistance, the buyers are in control. We would buy here, all right? And let's say the price went up like this, came all the way back down like this, and broke support right here. We would have to close the trade. All right, so we bought on a break of resistance, sold on a break of support. All right, let's say the price did this, went up like this, created a new support and resistance like this right here, broke support right here, right? Now we would have to get out here. All right, you guys see that? You guys see that? Yes or no? Yes or no? You guys see that? Yes or no? We bought here on the break of resistance, sold here on the break of support.
Yep, I got it.
Got it? All right. Okay. Now, what if the price comes back down and touches this area here? Is this area support or is it resistance?
It becomes a new support.
It becomes a new support. Very good. Okay, so this we can also exit here. All right, so when the price breaks resistance, right, on the upside coming down, that resistance becomes support. Okay, that resistance becomes support. So support and resistance, very important when we trade. Okay, very important when we trade. Any questions on this, on support and resistance?
Nope.
All right.
If I don't have any.
All right. Okay, so the next chart. All right, so. All right, so the next chart here is the 4 market phases. All right, so we've got support and resistance. And now we've got the 4 market phases. Okay, so we add in to our process. All right, so support and resistance. And you guys are quiet this evening. All right, so support and resistance right here, right? So we bought on a break of resistance right here, and then the price moves higher. All right, understand, guys, we don't just randomly trade. All right, we don't just randomly trade. So we follow a specific pattern of price action. All right, so the 4 market phases. All right, so you look at the 4 market phases that every trader must know. Every trader must know. It's very important. All right, so I usually tell traders to make take up a picture of this or print screen, right, and keep this for your records. As new traders, you will need this information. Okay, so the 4 market phases that every trader must know starts with accumulation. All right, accumulation is similar to what I just showed you guys. All right, support and resistance, right, starts at the bottom here. All right, so accumulation, markup phase, right? We get very excited in that markup phase. 3, distribution. All right, 4, markdown phase. All right, so the 4 market phases that every trader must know: accumulation, markup phase, distribution, markdown phase. Within the markup phase, we've got reaccumulation, and I'll go over that. And then within the markdown phase, we've got redistribution. All right, so let's go through it. All right, I know some of you guys have seen this before, but it's good to review this. All right. All right, so the markup phase. The markup phase, I know we all want to get in that markup phase, right? That's the trend. That's where we make money. But before that, we've got to set up the trade, right? We've got to set up the trade right here, number 1, right? That's the accumulation phase. And the way it works is like this, all right? So price moves lower, right, from a high. We don't buy it up here, right? Right, so it fell down, came all the way down. You'll find accumulation at the bottom of your chart, either the bottom left, middle, or the right of your chart. All right, that's the accumulation phase. And what's happening is price came down, right, from a high. So let's say it was $100 up here. It fell all the way down. Now it's $20 down here. All right. So now we'll have accumulation. So what's happening is that the big hedge funds, big institutions are starting to build positions before they move the price higher. All right. So that's called accumulation. That's why it's called accumulation. They're accumulating shares. Okay. Here is our resistance here. Here is our support right here. All right. Remember, this is not tradable. This area in here is not tradable. So we're going to wait until the price breaks resistance right here. All right. Now the buyers are in control. So this is where we buy. All right. So we don't buy up in this area in here. We buy down here on a break of resistance. And we buy here because the buyers are now in control because the price broke resistance. Okay, understand that at resistance and at support, there's a battle between buyers and sellers. All right, so there's a battle between buyers and sellers at these areas right here at support and resistance. So there are buyers sitting here, all right, and then there's sellers sitting here. All right, and same thing, there are buyers sitting here at support, and then there's sellers sitting here. All right. So if the price breaks resistance, that means the buyers are in control. Price breaks support means the sellers are in control. Okay, so price broke resistance here. Buyers are in control, we buy. All right, that's the markup phase, right? We buy. We don't buy here at support. We buy here when the price breaks resistance. All right, this makes sense? Any questions on this? This is important. All right, so we buy on a break of resistance. As the price moves higher through the markup phase, we will have new support and resistance, just like you guys see here. New accumulation, that's called reaccumulation. Okay, so think of reaccumulation as new buyers getting into the market. All right, this is a good area to add to your position. Okay, because we've got fresh buyers that are now getting into the market. Those buyers might have missed an opportunity here. So they're looking at this opportunity here as a new opportunity to get in, right? So what we hope is that we bought here and then price move higher, right? And then here they're going to push our price even higher. All right, so that's the markup phase. That's the markup phase. Third phase is the distribution phase. All right, the distribution phase, right? Understand that the price doesn't go up forever, right? Doesn't move up forever. It's going to have to stop at some point. All right, so that area is called distribution. So we've got consolidation again. That's the distribution phase. If the price breaks support right here, right, we'll get a sell signal to get out. So we bought here on a break of resistance, and we're going to sell here on a break of support because the sellers are now in control. All right, this is very important. Sellers are now in control. We call this phase the markdown phase. Okay, that's the markdown phase. Price is moving lower. Okay, so price is moving lower. Within the markdown phase, we've got redistribution. So very similar to reaccumulation. When the price breaks resistance, we've got new buyers coming in. Same for distribution, but the reverse. When the price breaks support, right here, we've got new sellers coming in to push the price even lower. All right, so on this side here, the markdown phase, we need to be out. We need to be out of the market, out of your position, or going short. Okay, so accumulation, markup, distribution, markdown. Within the markup phase, we've got reaccumulation. And then within the markdown phase, we've got redistribution. All right, make sense? You guys are really quiet. My goodness. All right, so the next screen here. Very similar. It is the markup phase, but it's a continuation. And this is important. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so here. So we've got the 4 market phases, very similar to the previous chart. But what's different here with this chart here? What's different with these 4 market phases chart? What's different? You guys see anything that's different?
Yeah, this particular chart shows where the other chart had a end at the markdown phase. This particular chart shows that the phases continue to happen on a just, you know, once it gets from the markdown, now it goes into the accumulation, it starts all over again.
Yeah, very good. Good job, Gerald. Yes, absolutely. All right. So, and the reason why this chart is really cool, right, is because these 4 market phases continues. So it doesn't end. All right. So it goes from accumulation, markup to distribution, markdown, 4, and then it starts all over again. All right, it starts all over again. So once you guys understand this, right, you understand the 4 market phases that every trader must know. This is your roadmap. And trading becomes really simple. All right, it's logical without a lot of emotions, right? So you can follow a logical path. All right, you can see where, right? So you should be able to, right? After after a short period of time, right? Doing this or a short period of time, you should, right? Should be able to see from any chart where accumulation starts, all right? And then where accumulation begins again. Okay, so started here, right? Ended here, but then starts all over again here. All right. So while the goal is this, right? So while everyone is buying up in this area in here, up in this area and here, as the price is moving lower, all right, as traders, we wait, right? So all through that markdown phase, all through that distribution phase, right? What you should be doing as traders is waiting for the buyers to come in. All right. So the buyers to come in. All right. So during that markdown phase, we want that price similar to here, right? Similar to here. We want that price to fall, all right? And we only get in, right? We only get in when the buyers are back in control. Okay, the buyers are back in control. All right, and we'll know that the buyers are in control when the price breaks resistance here. Okay, right here, and then breaks resistance right here. All right, so we let all that selling happen. All that selling happen, and then we wait. So we would buy here, get out here. All right. All right. I've got one last chart for you guys, and that's called trend following. And that's what we do when we trade. We look to capture trends. All right, we look to capture trends. So this chart is called trend following. All right, trend following. All right, so right here, trend following. So take a picture of this also. I always tell traders to print these out and laminate them so that you have it. All right, so think of this as the markdown phase. So here is that markdown phase coming down right here. Here is price, the markdown phase. We want to be waiting. All right, so here is support down here. Here is resistance. We never enter at support, guys. We're going to wait. Right here is resistance, and we're going to enter when the price breaks resistance. Okay. So we enter only when the price breaks resistance, because we know now that the buyers are now coming in, right? We let the price fall, all right? Accumulate. So accumulate in here, all right? Breaks resistance, and now we'll get in. All right, so we'll never get the very bottom. And I know most traders, you want to get the very bottom, right? And we'll never get the very top. All right, we'll never get the very top. We need to wait for this, for the price to, right here, accumulate again like this. Okay, new resistance line, new support line, right? Price breaks support, and now we will exit. All right, so we bought here and sold here. All right. So look here. So our entry was here, and then our exit was here. All right. And we call that the meat of the trade. We're not trying to get all the trade, the very bottom. No, we're trying to get the very top. All right. So we get the meat of the trade. All right. Why can't we get the very top of the trade? Why can't we get the very top? Why can't we get the very top?
It's hard to tell that you are at the top just by being at that price point. You have to know what the direction of the trend in order to know you've reached the top or the bottom.
Okay. What else has to happen in order to know that? Okay, so let's look at it like this, right? This could have been a top. So if we're looking at this right here as a trend, right? This could have been the top. This could have been the top. So we could have called this the top, called this the top, called this the top, right? We don't know that it's the top until the price bends like this, right? Sellers come in and break support. That's when we know that the trade is over. All right, it could have kept, price could have kept moving higher like this. All right. So if we trade like this, let's say we try to call the tops, and we say, okay, this is the top, this is the top, this is the top. Guess what? Right? We will not stay in the trade, right? For the maximum profit, right? We might get out here or get out here. But more importantly, we trading with emotions, right? So we might look at our P&L and say, hey, this is good enough. I've made enough money, right? Or this is good enough. And then guess what happens? The price keeps moving higher, And again, guess what? You get back in. And we keep chasing the price, right? We don't want to do that, right? We want to get out when the sellers are getting out, right? And we'll know, just like we get in when the buyers are getting in on a break of resistance right here, right? We only get out when we have confirmation that the sellers are now in. Now, we'll know that because the price breaks resistance. Now, this is very, very difficult for traders to get, right? It's very, very difficult for especially new traders and even experienced traders to get, because we feel that we live in. So let's say the price got up to $100 here and it pulled back and our sell signal came in at a break of support right here. Now it moved from $100 and let's say we bought it at 20 here. All right, so we bought it at 20, right? Made a high at 100, but guess what? We got out here at $75. All right. So understand, look at the logic here, right? So down here was $10. Down here was 10. Here was our entry at 20, made a high of 100, right? But our sell signal here was at 75. So we bought at 20, we got out at 75. As new traders in general, this is not good enough. We want all of it. So we want to get in at 10 at the very bottom, and we want to get out at the 100 at the very top. We want all the trade, not just the meat of the trade, right? So as traders, this is what, and your mind will play tricks on you, right? So rather than trying to get the meat of the trade, which is how we want to trade, break of resistance, break of support, right? We want all of it. We want to get in at the very bottom, right? And we want to get out at the very top. And we'll do whatever we have to, right, to try to get all of this trade. And what I'm saying is this is a fool's errand. You're not going to get this. All right, you're not going to get this. If you try to get this $10 at the $10 price, guess what? And you get in, you're getting in way too early. Right? If you try to get in at $10, you're getting in way too early. And what could happen if we get in way too early? What could happen? Well, the price could go lower.
They have a pullback on you.
Yeah, it could go lower, right? And same thing here. If we get out too early, like here, like here, like here, guess what? The price could keep moving higher. All right. So this is perhaps the biggest thing we've got to coach traders on, right? Breaking them of that habit, even if they've never traded before, because when you look at your P&L, when you look at your entry and you're following that price action and you've seen it here, you know it's been here at $10, right? And now you've got to get in here at 20 or even $50, right? It hurts. It hurts, you know, because I could have gotten in here. All right. And then here, right? When we don't get out here at 100 and we get out here at 75, it hurts. All right. But understand that this is not your money, right? This is your money. That's the meat. All right. This is not yours. This is not yours. All right. Make sense?
Yep, good stuff.
Yeah. All right. So that's all I've got this evening. All right. That's all I've got. You guys were quiet. But that's all I've got. All right. So those of you who are here for the first time, I hope you took some pictures of the charts. All right. So support and resistance. All right. The 4 market phases and trend following. Okay. So, and then trading in the zone. All right. So if you guys are serious about trading, Gerald, have you listened to, do you have the audiobook?
Yeah, I have the audio book. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I also got the trend following audio book. I got both audio books.
Good job. Good job.
So they're good listening.
Okay, good job. Good job. Hey, Kawisi, have you listened to trend fall, not trend fall, but trading in the zone yet?
I was just about to look it up on YouTube to see if I could find it.
Okay, yeah, you wanna listen to that. Yeah, you wanna listen to that. Okay. All right, guys, take care. I will see you guys. We'll have a class tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think we've got trend following, mindset, and trading systems tomorrow. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.